Good morning. Good morning. And I've got my mask now caught on my earrings, so it's just going to dangle. Okay. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Birmingham. Hello, online folks. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are today on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. To all who are here this morning, welcome home. We appreciate your attention to this morning's announcements. You'll find the announcements in your order of service, and for those of you at home, it should be flashing across the screen. If you require accommodations during the service, we have ushers. This morning there's Gil, I think Marion, and Mary. They're available to assist. Today's service is not going to be the usual run-of-the-mill, I get up, talk a minute, then Julie gets up, or a guest speaker. It's going to be all singing, led by our own Jim Sullivan. So that'll be fun. Masking will be optional starting September 1st, which I don't really see the difference in August 20. Anyway, masking will be optional. Please consider masking if you're not fully vaccinated, if you care for someone who's high at risk, if you've been exposed to a high-risk situation in the past week or so, or if you just have a cough or, feel under the weather. Please consider sharing your talents and your gifts by signing up for religious education to either teach or assist, and you can contact Courtney McKenna to find out more. On August 30th, that's Tuesday, from 7 to 8 via Zoom, you can join Greater Birmingham Ministries and the League of Women Voters, Alabama, to learn about voting rights for those with a criminal record, and contact Kim in the church office if you want to get that link. Also on August 30th from 6:30 to 8:30, you can join Alabama faith leaders to discuss, from a theological perspective, life and reproduction rights. The link was in yesterday's ACE. I've got it written down. If you already deleted it and need that link, just let me know. It's bit.ly/Alabama Voices 2022, but come up if you need it. Please note that under the Justice Committee table in the narthex, they've been collecting number 5 plastics. This is for the community on the rise, and these are survivors of homelessness. So number 5 plastics. And on September 6th, Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, we will have active shooter training here with someone from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And then on September 8th, via Zoom, please join Marion Fintel for a discussion of Introduction to Human Embryology. I hope I'm saying that right. Contact Kim in the office for more information. Our water communion is coming up in 2 weeks on September 11th, and I've been told there's going to be food trucks in the parking lot that day. So that'll be fun. I know there's even a vegan for me, and some of you too, going to be a vegan food truck. Also, on that same day at 11:30, we're going to be showing a film. It's called The Human Element, and this will be a film that will inspire you to reevaluate your relationship with the natural world. If you want to have a luncheon with church elders, please contact Kim in the church office. Finally, Gerda Carmichael is collecting yarn, any color, any kind, and she has a basket back there. It says Yarn for Gerda. It's on that round table. She knits blankets and caps and donates all over the world. And over the years, she's donated over 1,000. So please place any yarn in that basket in the narthex. And now for the prelude. As always, thank you, Chip. And please rise in body or spirit for the lighting of the chalice. And if you're joining us at home, please light your chalice. For the gift of this day and for our community of spiritual nurture and compassion, we give thanks. We light this chalice as a symbol of our faith. May our many sparks meet and merge in communion, I can't even talk today, in communion of heart and soul. May our hearts and many sparks meet and merge in communion of heart and soul. In the spirit of inclusivity and welcome, please go around and meet folks around you. Take the time for the next few moments, especially if it's somebody you've never seen before. Please introduce yourself. Go ahead. Come into this circle of love and justice. Come into this community where we can dream and believe in those dreams. Come into this holy space where we remember who we are and how we want to live. Come now, let us worship together.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Jim Sullivan, and I am your choir director. And you are my choir. You just didn't know that yet when you woke up this morning. But we're going to sing a few hymns today, and you all have a welcome invitation to join the choir anyway on any Wednesday night you choose. You don't even have to sing with us on your first visit. You can sit in the back and just see what happens at choir practice. But since you are the unsuspecting members of the choir today, I think it's only right if we do a quick little warm-up, right? So if you're willing and able to stand, please stand. You don't need your hymnal for the first 60 seconds. But there are two things we do as in the choir, two most important things that we do. First thing is relax. You got to get your body relaxed. So just check your shoulders and your posture and your knees and your jaw and all the things that you might have forgotten to relax this morning. Take a couple of deep breaths. Make sure your stomach is not held in like you may do on occasion. Just when you sing, you got to get all the air tanked up. So one more shoulder roll. Now we're going to do a little hum. So we're going to just hum 5 notes going down. Chip will give us a deep, so we'll just hum 5 notes. The choir members that are interspersed will probably lead you through if you're confused. Ready, breathe. Lovely. And deep breath in between each one. I didn't realize it was going to be like that. This is going to be fun for me. Now we're going to do the typical, if you don't know anything about choirs, you know, me, 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 me. We always make fun of singers doing that. Well, there's a reason they do it, because the M gets your face vibrating, your resonating chamber, and then the E is a really good vowel to get your voice focus. So we're going to go back to where we started, but this time we're going to say me, 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 me. So say a nice strong M in front of every E. Ready, breathe. Great. And deep breath. Better than I expected, and that's no offense because you always sound good, but that sounds lovely. It sounds like a choir rehearsal. So I think you're ready. Let's grab the gray hymnal, look at 298. Wait now my senses. This hymn is set to an Irish dance. Because of the text, it's often used in ministers' ordination services. You've probably heard it a million times, but in ordination services, because it speaks about ministerial duties. There's a lot written about this hymn, but the most compelling thing I read pointed to the fact that we should all approach the great mysteries of life with the lightness of a dance, which I think Reverend Julie would agree might be the biggest challenge of a minister, right? So I think we should, because it's easier said than done, I think we should try to keep the tempo moving on this one and think about it being an Irish dance. The dance, if you're interested, is called Slane, S-L-A-N-E. That's just the name of the Irish dance. But let's take big breaths, keep those resonators vibrating, and we'll do 298. And I brought along my favorite violinist. But he's not here to be listened to. He's here to encourage you to sing. So he wanted me to... He's a little shy sometimes. So he wants to encourage you to sing. So don't be tempted to listen. He's here to encourage. So here we go. Here's 298. sing one more, number 108 in the same hymnal. This hymn is definitely one of my favorites, for whatever that's worth. I can't imagine a more beautiful musical setting that speaks about joy and resistance. The words of the third verse were written during the McCarthy era, but they seem most appropriate for today, don't they? Also, any hymn where you get to sing about singing is always my favorite, because they're always the ones that sound the best, because it's just printed in the words. So let's give a little extra love to these long notes that you have in this one. Just really sing out. And the key to being a good choir member, one of the keys, is not to sing louder than the person on either side of you, but not to sing softer either. Because if you sing a little too soft, it creates these little pockets and it makes the person feel awkward. So I could use a little more sound from some of you guys. Very nice. Have a seat, please.
Good morning. My name is Kate Staub, and I am a member of the board of this church. Our church is supported by those who call our church home and by those who support the efforts of this church to change our world for the better. If this is your first time here with us, you can simply pass the plate when it comes around. You're our guest, and we're just glad that you're here with us. For those who don't know, we share our cash plate every Sunday with local organizations whose work reflects UU values to care for marginalized people, advocate for systemic change, defend our environment, and promote justice and equity for all people. Our Share the Plate recipient this month is the Black Warrior River Keepers, which is a group that's dedicated to cleaning up the watershed of this river and surrounding rivers in Alabama. Water is life, so this cause is really a noble one. We appreciate your donations either by placing them in the plate today. You can also, you can mail a check to the church, or you can donate via PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. Our Venmo account is at UUCBHAM. Our Zelle account is our office email, which is office@uucbham.org. Please designate whether your offering is for the church or if you want it to go all to our Share the Plate recipient, or if you want to do a split. Thank you for your generous support of our church and our Share the Plate recipient. May we give in love and in hope.
Not make you want to sing, right? Let's stand again and turn to page 347, Gather the Spirit. Most of what I could find about Gather the Spirit was humorous writings about how often we sing this one. But yet we all know we love it and we can't live without it. It sums up who we are as Unitarian Universalists and all that we strive to be, right? But I think this hymn is another one that kind of depends on the tempo for its success. So we're going to kind of keep it moving along too. We won't do this one, but we've got another little warm-up we do in the choir where we do ya, 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 where we just let our jaw just like fall to as far down as it'll go. So I want you to think about getting rid of all that tension right there. When I get nervous, it lands in my shoulder, not the left and right, just the right. And it lands right here. So concentrate on really letting your air. This is just a short little hymn. See if you can let your jaw open on this one a little bit. let's switch to the teal hymnal now. Blue Boat Home. I know this one needs no introduction. 1064. But I do have a funny little story that I thought was hilarious. I hope you find it hilarious too. Apparently, at the General Assembly in 2013, there was some really bad cell phone reception going on, and that was combined with a crowd that was unusually active in the tweeting department. So that was an unfortunate combination. But one tweet by an attendee named Hannah Roberts managed to get through and spread like wildfire. It said, "Blue Boat Home is like the Freebird of Unitarian Universalism." So that shows you how popular it is right there. My favorite thing about this one, I think, aside from just the overall energy, is how the Blue Boat Home at the very end, how he puts, Pete Mayer puts spaces in between those words, and after all the energy in the song, it lets you breathe, and it just kind of gives you a second to realize the wonder of the whole thing. So see if you can enjoy those breaths at the very end. So here's 1064. Have a seat.
I'm sorry? Number 5 plastic? I don't know. Does someone from the Justice Committee want to say what number 5 plastics are? Helen, I'm looking at you.
Well, they're plastics that evidently don't, contaminate your food as much something sort of Tupperware kinds of stuff, but it's the triangle 5 in it, and that's what it is. These ladies are making things out of it.
Wow.
And Target will take 5.
Target takes 5. Oh, well, that's good. Now is the time in our community when we share what we carry with us on this day, joy or sorrow. For those of you online, please share yours on our online chat, and remember to hold others by placing a parenthesis around their name. For those of you in person today, you're now invited to come up forward and drop a stone in honor or memory of what is in your heart today. Please come forward. Those last stones, one was for Dick Segreto, who's home. I think he's home, unless I saw him. Well, I have that we need to honor you, that you're recovering from surgery, so obviously you're recovering very well. That's great. The other stones were for all the unspoken joys and concerns. If you want something shared with the congregation or with Reverend Julie, please contact Reverend Julie. And may we keep everybody in our hearts and minds in the spirit of community and love. Please take a moment to hear this spoken meditation, followed by a moment of silence. If another strains to breathe, may our voices be the gentle rise and fall. If another chokes on tears, may our voices be an opening to hope. If another has forgotten, may our voices be a memory of welling. If another is adrift, may our voices be the calling of community. Amen. Blessed be.
Our next hymn is Spirit of Life, back in the Great Hymnal, 123. If you have enough energy to stand again, please do. If you don't, feel free to stay seated. There are some who consider this one to be the UU hymn. It's used throughout the denomination as an invocation, a song response to joys and concerns, a hymn of meditation, even a song of welcome to membership. But I found it most interesting to learn that Carolyn McDade wrote this as a personal prayer. It's a request for support, for rest, for renewal, and for perspective. And personally, I think it's best sung if you sing it like no one else is around. So let's try it that way. Here's 123, Spirit of Life. Beautiful. Number 311, Let It Be a Dance. You always sound so good on this one when we sing it. But my go-to source for hymn tidbits is a blog called Notes from the Far Fringe. And it's written by a UU minister named Kimberly Debus. D-E-B-U-S. And concerning this hymn, she says the following. The first rule of Let It Be a Dance is that it is mostly spoken word folk song. The second rule of Let It Be a Dance is that it is a mostly spoken word folk song. The third rule of Let It Be a Dance is that if you're going to use it, it's really only best done on guitar with a folk musician who knows what they're doing. So what did she mean? I think she means that we shouldn't get too caught up. Choir directors love it when you elongate vowels and make beautiful melodies, even if it should be rhythmically oriented. I think that's what she's saying. Don't let your choir director get in your way. I think we should trust the natural tendencies of our speech to make this one work. And we know we've got Chip over here on the piano that can play any style and make that piano sound any way he wants to. So we're going to get the folk quality alive and just let's let it dance. Here's 311. nice.
Good morning. Do I have any children who'd like to join me down front today? If not, that's okay too. Thomas, you gonna come over here? Hey, Thomas. All right, so in honor of all the singing that we're doing today, I picked out a book called Change Sings by Amanda Gorman. And I would just like to say that while Change sings, I don't. So I'm gonna be giving a very Henry Higgins and My Fair Lady performance of this. I can hear change humming in its loudest, proudest song. I don't fear change coming, and so I sing along. I scream with the skies of red and blue streamers. I dream with the cries of tried and true dreamers. I'm a chant that rises and rings. There is hope where my change sings. Though some don't understand it, those windmills of mysteries, I sing with all the planet and its hills of histories. I hum with 100 hearts, each of us lifting a hand. I use my strengths and my smarts, take a knee to make a stand. I'm bright as the light each day brings. There is love where my change sings. I show others tolerance, though it might take some courage. I don't make a taller fence, but fight to build a better bridge. I talk not only of distances from where and how we came. I also walk our differences to show we are the same. I'm a movement that roars and springs. There's a wave where my change sings. Change sings where? There, inside me, because I'm the change I want to see. As I grow, it grows like seeds. I am just what the world needs. I'm the voice where freedom rings. You're the love your bright heart brings. We are the waves starting to spring, for we are the change we sing. We are what the world is becoming, and we know it won't be long. We all hear change strumming. Won't you sing along? Do you guys want to go downstairs and get messy with some dirt and some seeds? And some paper mache? It's gonna be really messy. Yeah? All right, do you guys mind singing us downstairs?
Do you have it in you to stand one more time? We're on our last two hymns already. I kind of can't believe it. I was a little nervous about 8. We talked about having 6, but now I think 8's just right because you are real choir members. Let's stand if you feel like it. So this next one needs a little energy on it because it's got some important words to say. So I'm going to show you one more little quick choir warm-up. We're going to do the ha-ha-ha. Give us the D major. We're going to get our breath from way down deep going. So we're going to sing ha-ha-ha-ha-ha from way down low. 2, ready, and ha-ha-ha-ha. Really sing it out. There you go. Ha-ha-ha-ha. guys are ready, I want to see each and every one of you on Wednesday night. 7 o'clock, you can sit in the same place. We don't do anything fancy. We sit right here at choir rehearsal, just for your information. So our next one is number 121, We'll Build a Land. We're going to change the words in the chorus on the second page. We're going to say, come build a land where people together. So say people together right there, if you don't mind. This one is another one that's got a little bit of a folky roots to it. It's easy to hear. So there are people that also think it sounds like a pop song, like maybe even being a little Dylan-esque. But again, quoting my favorite blogger, Kimberly Debus, this isn't a pop song. This is King's I Have a Dream speech. So I want us to try to sing it with that kind of intensity. 121. Number 1028, back in this will be our last one in the teal hymnal. So Troy suggested that we start off this one by clapping it together. You ready? Here we go. See how easy that is? didn't think I would really do it, but some of you guys actually did it. My favorite thing about this one is that it's in 5/4, which is can be pretty complicated for anyone, whether you're a musician or not. I could make it sound even more complicated and tell you it's really a 6/8 bar followed by a 2/4 bar, 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 1 2. But the beauty of it is you already know this one like the back of your hand. Most people learn it before they even realize that they're trying. Also, the range of this one goes up to an E flat, and I have even choir members that see that note and they don't like that note. It can be intimidating to see it go way up on the page, but thinking about this one, it's the only key that this hymn could be in. You've got to sing that high note when you get to it. E flat is in almost everybody's voice, whether they know it or not. But it's not a soft note, and it's not a puny note, and it's not a weak note, and it's the only note, in my humble opinion, humble but accurate opinion, that he could have used in this one. So it really helps to express the meaning of the words. I have had a blast with you guys being my choir today. I know you didn't know that was how it was going to be. And I want to invite you to come back on Wednesday and just take your same seat. But here's the fire of commitment. Just remain standing, embody your spirit for the extinguishing of the chalice, and remain standing through the closing words or benediction. If you're online, please prepare to extinguish your chalice. We have bask in the warmth and beauty of this flame and this community. As the chalice flame is extinguished, let us carry its glow within. Let us kindle new sparks
within these walls and beyond. As we part now from one another, let these be our thoughts. If that which is most holy lies within the human person, and if the greatest power in the world shines flickering and uncertain from each individual heart, then it's easy to see the value of human associations dedicated to the nurturing that light, the couple, the family, the religious community. For the power of good in any one of us must at times waver, but when a group together is dedicated to nurturing the power of good, it's rare for the light to grow dim in all individuals at the same moment. So we can borrow courage and wisdom from one another to warm us and keep us going until we meet again.